Hello. Hello. Yeah. So we'll wait for a couple of minutes, few minutes, and then we can start. So speaker Neha, she's having some technical issue with her laptop, and once that is resolved, we'll start. So we'll wait for a couple of minutes and then we can begin. So I request you just to stay. Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Our speaker is having some technical issues with her laptop, so it should be sorted in within a couple of minutes. So sorry for inconvenience. She will be up in shortly. So thank you for your patience. We'll begin shortly. There is some technical issue with speaker. Uh, her laptop at the yeah, she's here. Yeah. So, Neha, can you hear me?
Yes, Harit, I'm able to hear you.
Yeah, fine, fine. Yeah. So, fine, perfectly fine. So, yes. So let's wait for a couple of minutes. I think people are joining in, and once more people
Sure,
come
sure.
in, then we can begin. So just please be stay. There was some unexpected technical issue at last moment with Neha's laptop, but I think she is now good. All right. So you can share that presentation, Neha. You can share that
Yeah, sure.
presentation.
Give me a moment.
Yeah, yeah. You can share that presentation. You can put it on the first slide. People are coming in. Check now. Right. Okay.
Yeah, Harit, give me a yeah. So this is good. Give me a moment. Let me connect my earphones and then we'll be good to go.
Fine, fine. You can hide this, the bottom side message box. Yeah. Mhm. So yeah, good afternoon to everybody who is joining in. We'll be beginning shortly. Within a minute, we are about to begin. All right. Yeah, I think we can now start, Neha.
So Harit, I'm just waiting. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Let's start.
So yeah, people are joining in. I think mm, it's
Okay.
more than yeah. The first slide. Yeah.
Hi everyone. Thanks, Harit, for the handover. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Thanks a million for joining us on a Saturday afternoon. I understand that we spend our weekend with our friends and family. I really appreciate your proactiveness, your effort to take the time out and join us this webinar. So, before I start this session, I would like to quickly introduce myself. My name is Neha Mittal, and I'm working as a senior security consultant with one of the big MNC. As an experienced information security professional, I have extensive experience in cybersecurity solutioning and have worked with clients all across the globe, including the Fortune 500 clients. So, cybersecurity, it is a buzzword that we keep hearing all the time. As the world is moving towards the digitalization, the need to protect the data is the need of the hour. So, due to this, there is an increased demand for the cybersecurity professionals to secure the cyber world, to contribute to the cybersecurity solutions. And hence, this field is a very emerging field from a career point of view. So I think this give you a quick a brief of what it's all about. And now I'm going to cover what's so, as part of the today's agenda, I'm going to give you a brief overview of what cybersecurity is. I'm going to explain you what it is, what is its importance? What is the role of cybersecurity in our digital life? What are the top cybersecurity threats? What are the cybersecurity domains in which you could make your career? What is the skills prerequisite for marking your mark in this? What are the career path to follow? What are the job roles for you? And how you could jump into this cybersecurity world? Believe me, you will be benefited by today's session. Also, before I start, I would like to say happy Basant Panchami to all of you. May the grace of Lord Saraswati bless all of us and we would reach new height of success in our career. So, do you know that it is very surprising that 65% of the companies has been a victim of one or other form of cyber attack in the past 1 year. Those attacks could be a phishing, a malware, a ransomware, a social engineering, internet fraud, but they would have suffered that. You know that there are 30,000 websites that are being hacked on a daily basis. You know, every 39 seconds there's a new attack that is coming on the web. It is very hard to believe, but you know, 4,000 ransomware attacks are happening on a daily basis. These fact and figure may sound very alarming, but you know, this is something which the research has proved. It is something that is happening. 24 malicious apps are being blocked down on various app stores. Further, the organization have claimed around 74% that you know they have been a victim. They have suspected insider threats due to disgruntled employees. These numbers which I'm showing you are just are very small, but the actual loss they are causing is much more higher. These attacks, they are not only causing the financial loss to you, me, all, but it is very hard to believe the amount of how it is affecting our mental and emotional well-being. After being a victim of these attacks, people have undergone nervous breakdown, they have undergone depression, they have suffered mental anxiety, and you know that is depression, and that is very hard, and you know that is very surprising. But you know, and that is the reason what I suggest, we need to be very cautious of what information we are putting on the internet, because that information is not something that is to us, but whatever we are projecting online, it is being shared with the whole world. It is something that we are sharing with all of the others. You may think that cyber attack is attacking one phase of life, but no, let me tell you, it is affecting the people, to all of us at different level. No individual, no celebrity, no society has ever been they have never been saved from these attacks. Even you would have heard about your friends, your family, your acquaintance. Oh, you know that my Instagram account has been hacked, or my Facebook, there was someone who was attempting to attack my Facebook account, or there was a tag that has happened on my LinkedIn account. So this is something that is happening on a on a day-to-day basis, and as part of being a user, a digital user, we can't escape the reality. So recently, if you know, in the Twitter handle of Mr. PM Modi, it was hacked by some attackers. Also, we keep on hearing that you know the online portals, the online accounts, financial institutions, they have suffered from online breach of the information. Also, uh, when you know, but every pose has a say, we know that every action has a reaction. So when the people who are doing this, these kind of attack, when they are launching these attacks, so they also need to face the consequences. So the team who hacked the Joe Biden and Mr. Bill Gates Twitter account, they were sentenced to 3 years of prison. So can you think of how much they suffered due to their malicious, due to their wrongdoing? So that is the reason we say that we need to be very cautious of what information we are posting. And then what the new so on this, on my screen, you could see only 3-4 screenshot, but this is just small briefing that I've showed you. But how many attacks are daily being shown in the newspaper, so and happening is at an alarming rate. So this is just four, but I would say you would see in thousands, in millions and billions, when the people are affected, the societies are effective. Even The cyber security is not being important at individual level, at a celebrity level or a society level, but at a national level. We have come across instances where attackers are trying to they are stealing the weapon information of a country. And how much important is the weapon information, how much important is the national security information, and when attacker are getting stealing those information, so can you realize how much loss, how much effect that has having on the nations. And also the attackers are very intelligent nowadays. They are attacking the VIP users, they are hitting those. So this shows how the world is getting affected by the cyber threats, the cyber attacks. Now the next question that comes to my mind, your mind, is what is the reason why attackers are doing these things. So whenever there is a thing happening, so there would be a reason behind that. So the first and foremost reason they are doing is money, the financial gain. Attacker are attacking the victim so that they could they could derive the financial benefit for their own use. They could have monetary gain, monetary benefit. Also, the second reason is defamation. They are trying to defame you, cause a loss to your reputation. But how they are doing so? They you would have come across a term which is known as bullying, cyber bullying. So
Just a
defamation
minute.
is done via
Sorry,
cyber bullying.
Neha, sorry to interrupt you. I think somebody is saying that we cannot see, ma'am. So, are your videos not visible to the audience?
Yes, Harit, my audio is visible.
Video. Can others see?
Yeah,
Can
video
others see?
is visible.
Can others see? Can anybody confirm?
Can anyone confirm?
Reha. Yes, it is visible. Okay, Charul is saying. So Rekha, Raisha. I think it might be issue at your end because Charul is able to see. Yeah. Anyone else? I think anyone else would like to confirm apart from Charul? Yeah, I think fine. I think, yeah, you can continue.
Sure, Harit, no problem.
Sure, please.
So I was telling you, how they are causing us defamation via cyberbullying. So what is cyberbullying all about? Cyberbullying is, when someone is sharing, posting, or sending some harmful information, some negative information, some false information about you, without your consent. For example, if someone is, photo tagging you on an online account without your permission, so that is cyberbullying. Please remember, cyberbullying is a punishable offense, and we should not be a part of this activity. Then third, you would have come across instances where there are insider attacks in the organization. What are insider attacks? Insider attacks are those attacks which are done by disgruntled employees, the unhappy employees. And their motive is they are doing for their personal motive. And then the last but not the least, data. So what happens? So sometimes attackers are doing cyber attacks in order to steal the confidential information. For example, in the last slide, I gave you an example that they are trying to, steal the secret weapon data, and then they may utilize that data for their own benefit. For example, if they, steal the company weapon data, so they may use that data to create their own weapon. So, this is all about. This is why, the attackers are doing cyber attacks. Now, I have few points to ponder, and these are very important points. So first question I would like to ask you all is, do you think that the data once you post on social media is permanently deleted? Do you think, okay, you post the data, then you try to delete it? Is it permanently deleted? The answer is no. Remember, posting is permanent. The data once you post it can never be deleted. It will remain in one form or the other on the social media. So that is the reason I always say we need to be very cautious while we post any of the data on internet. The second question that comes to my mind, I have applied the highest level of privacy setting. I have made, highest level of security to my online accounts. Have you done so? Can you confirm to me, yes, that you have done the highest level of, settings to your online account? If yes, then I would say you are really you are really cyber smart. You are cyber hero. If not, no problem. Just after the session, you can go and apply the highest level of setting and let us know. Then third question, for example, if someone, your friend, your acquaintance, or someone is photo tagging you on a social media in their post without your permission, do you think it is right? Is it fair? No, the answer is a big no. Because why? Because it is a cyberbullying. If someone is sharing your information without your consent, it is really big no. It is unacceptable. Why? They are invading your privacy. And you have a right to privacy. Nobody can share your information without your consent. Now we have done everything. I've told you what's the importance, what is the reason. But the question that is coming is, what actually is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity, as the name suggests, it is means securing your online data, your digital data. From whom are you securing this data? From bad guys. Who are the bad guys? Those bad guys are the hackers, who illegally try to gain to your system. They gain unauthorized access to your system. Why they do so? We have already read the reason: to have the financial benefit, to steal your data. Okay, so what you can do so? As cybersecurity professional, my aim, your aim, our aim is to save the people, to save the money, to save the business. And how we can do so? We need to be very proactive, because being reactive won't help. We have to be proactive. And how we can be proactive? We need to have measure to identify. We need to put in solutions to identify if someone is trying to hacking our network. If we need to detect if there is a attack on our network. If yes, then we need to protect our systems. We need to, if there is an attack that is launched to our network, we need to respond to it. And then we need to take the suitable steps to recover from the attacks. So this is whole cyber security, to save, to secure our people, secure our money, secure our business, and secure our organization. Now you would be thinking, okay, I know cyber security, but everything is a challenge. What are the challenges associated with cyber security? First of all, there are more devices than people. For example, if I talk about myself, I am one person, but I'm using so many devices. Okay, I may have access to mobile phone, I may have access to a computer system, we may have IDS, intrusion detection system, we may have firewall, we may have intrusion protection system, we may have web content filter, and so many devices we have with us. And can you imagine how much amount of data those devices are generating? So if one person is generating so much, have access to so many devices, so many data, then it is really a challenge to then secure so many devices and secure so much data. Then second, innovative attacker. As the threat landscape is advancing, there are new and sophisticated attacks that are being launched every second. So with this, attackers are also becoming more innovative. They are not old-fashioned attackers that they are confined to old traditional methods of hacking, but they are also creating new script. They are using new tools to create attack. Then third, cybersecurity skill gap. We do have a skill gap. That means people are there in cybersecurity field, but they do not have required or needed expertise to secure the digital world. They do not have those skills to have good solutions, cybersecurity solutions. We need skillful resources. It's not that we only need resources, but we need skillful resources. And last but not the least, advanced threat vectors. So what the hackers are doing, as I told you, attackers are doing, they are using the advanced techniques. They are using the advanced way to cause disruption to the network. They are using the latest technique to exploit the system, network, etc. And these are the various challenges that we are facing as part of the digital world. So what is the importance of cybersecurity? What it is all, why we are doing, why it is important? Because we are protecting our personal information, our health information, our organization asset from unauthorized access, from being a victim of the cyber attack, the cyber threats. Now, what all those attacks are all about? They may be a financial assets, means money, which has a financial value associated with it. Then social identity. Do you know, whenever we create any online account, an Instagram account, a Facebook account, we are creating our social identity, okay? And what the attackers do, they try to steal that identity. They try to steal our identity and use that to for their personal benefit. Have you ever known that if someone's social identity is ever taken off by or steal, how much emotional trauma they go through, and then they post defamatory or illegal content, how much it causes personal mental anxiety, how it is affecting the emotional and mental health and well-being of a person. Then identification data, for example, their health data, it is a identification data of us, it is our private data, so we need to protect it. Our location data, for example, currently, if where I am, so attackers can try to steal that information, my location data, my health data. So that is very important. Last but not the least is the customer details. We are working with our in a corporate firm, we do have access to our customer proprietary data, their information, and it's our right, it's our right to protect that. And as part of cybersecurity, it's one of our aim or motive that we should avoid the attackers from getting access to any of our asset, whether it is a financial, our identity, our identification, or customer data. So now the question that comes is, what are the top cybersecurity threats? We have known that there is a threat, there is something happening, but what it is all about? I'll give you a brief overview of each of the threat and what steps can we take to avoid that. There are basically 4 types of attack. One is phishing, malware, ransomware, and social engineering. I'll cover each one in detail. So first of all, I'm going to cover is phishing. You would have seen the process of phishing. What does a fisherman do? Fisherman, he puts a bait and he tries to trick the fish to fall into the trap. And when the fish actually does fall into the trap, then what does he do? When the fish actually fall into the trap, then he try to sell the fish or utilize it for his personal benefit, for his financial profit. Similarly, here, what the attacker is doing, attacker is sending fraudulent information, and which appears like it's genuine, and then it tries to gain access to your personal information, like your credit card information, your username, your password. Then the attacker is using different means to capture that information. When attacker, one of the means he's using is email. So he's sending you the link in an email that you have won, for example, a lottery, and then if you can click, you need to submit your bank detail to claim the prize. And then when you actually submit your bank detail, the attacker would use that details to hack your account. He would use that details, send you an OTP and ask you to please share that OTP with me, and if you do, then you will get a message from the bank, say 20,000 has been debited from your account, and you have been a victim of his attack. So we need to be very cautious. We don't have to reveal any our personal or sensitive information to any of the attacker. Then the second way he could do is by sending you SMS on your phone, because we're using mobile phone. And when attacker uses SMS as a means, it is known as smishing. The third way he could do so is via phone call. And when he does via phone call, it is known as vishing. Then the second term, and one thing is, what is the goal of this? So the goal is to steal your personal information, which I already told you, your username, your password, or your financial, your credit card information, or to install malware into your system. Now I would talk about the second term, which is social engineering. So what is social engineering? So here the attacker is using he's trying to manipulate you. We all know that we humans are the most weakest link in the society. So attacker tries to psychologically manipulate us so that he could trick us to reveal our personal information. He would call you on a phone and he would say, see, I'm from bank, and we need to update your account. He may try to, and then trick you so that you could share your personal information, like your credit card number, your CVV details, and then he would try to use to cause you fraud. So when he's using these kind of methods, so your psychologically manipulation, it is known as social engineering. And due to these kind of social engineering, nowadays companies are investing a lot into cybersecurity and awareness training, because it is a mean to educate the employee, to make them, more aware how they can avoid themselves being a victim of the cyber attacks. So now the third term that is coming, is very important, is ransomware. What is ransomware? Ransomware is, when some attacker inject malicious code into your system, and then that what does that malicious code actually do? It blocks your system. It, blocks your, it denies access to your data. It blocks your data. You're not able to access it. He encrypt your data, and then they ask for you to make a payment, send them money in the form of a cryptocurrency, usually in the form of bitcoins. And then until you share them that, pay them the ransom, or the demand they are asking you to make, your system would remain logged. And once you paid them the amount, then only you would get back the access to your system, and you would be regaining your access. And last but not the least is malware. So malware, as the name suggests, it is, malicious software. And ransomware, it is a subcategory of malware. So malware is, malicious software which the attacker is injecting on your system intentionally to either cause any disruption to your system or to gain unauthorized access to your system. Then when we talk about malware, there are different types. I'll give you a brief of each. It may be in the form of a virus, it may be a worm, it may be a Trojan horse, okay, or it would be a spyware, it would be adware. What is, virus? Or it would be a botnet, or it would be a, a Trojan. So first I'll tell you about a virus. So virus is, any malicious software which they are sharing with you in the form of an executable file or a Word file. And these viruses, they do not self-replicate themselves. They don't have that capability. Then the second term that comes is the worm. So worms, they spread through either phishing attack or, when the attacker would try to exploit, there's a vulnerability in your system, the attacker would try to exploit that vulnerability, and then they install malware into your system. So these are the two usual ways of installing, this worm. These worms, they are, self-replicating in nature. So, since they are self-replicating, they can, consume your system bandwidth and, deplete your system resource and make it inaccessible. The third form that comes in is, Trojan. Trojans are, malicious file, but they have the capability that, they can hide themselves as legitimate program. And, they would be taking your data, they are installed in the system, but you may even don't know that there is, a Trojan in your system. Then the next category of malware would be a bot. What is a bot? So what bot is doing is, a bot is a malicious software. It that is installed on system, but the main tendency of bot is, it gives the attacker a remote control to your system. Imagine if an attacker has a remote control to your system, how much harm it could cause to you, how much data they can steal. So this is what a bot can do. Then the next is adware. So, sometimes you see your screen there again and again pop-ups coming, irrelevant ad are shown to you. So those are the adware. It is also one of the form of the malware. Last but not the least are the spyware. What does a spyware do? So spyware, it basically, it is a software which secretly you don't even know. And, it secretly record your online activity. It may steal your personal information like your username, your password. It may harvest your data, or it may capture your surfing habits, and then later it would cause you harm, because once that information is collected by attacker, he would use that information in one form or other to cause you loss. How we can protect ourselves from the malware, ransomware? So one technique I could think of is patch management process. So we need to ensure that latest patches are installed on our machine or on our system, so that we could avoid any kind of attacks, these malware attacks, these ransomware attacks to our machines. The main important question you would be thinking, how to get started for your cybersecurity journey, how you need to step into this cybersecurity journey. I understand that many of you are still college graduate who are looking keen, you are very keen to join the cybersecurity domain, or you would be early professional hire who have just stepped into the cybersecurity domain, and you would be eager to know how I can achieve, do more, how can I enhance my learning. So first of all, you need to choose your security domain. When I say choose your domain, that means there are multiple domain. Which area of security you want to invest your time in, which is the area of your interest. It is whether you want to work in risk and compliance, whether you want to work in threat intelligence, whether you want to work in cloud security, whether you want to work in identity and access management. You need to look at what the area that is suiting you, what is your area of interest, because what I believe is work is passion. So if you are able to contribute to the interest, or area of your interest or passion, you will be going to do much more. And believe me, you won't feel like you are working every day. Would you would enjoy your work, you would enjoy the things that you're doing for yourself, for your company, and you would I feel that work is passion. So you need to choose your domain, and once you have chosen, you need to get certified. You need to pass the entry level certification exams of your domain, to be a very to so that when your resume is in the market, your resume has an edge above as compared to your peers, your colleagues, your competitors. Because these entry level certification not only will give you knowledge, you give you the required skill, but also put you an edge above with the certificates of the prestigious organization as compared to others in the market. Now, what are the skills to focus? So if you see this slide, I have tried to capture, these are the prerequisite skill. Whether you go in any of the security domain, whether you go in identity and access management, you go in risk and compliance, or you go in any of the domain, but these are the skills that you need. So communication skills. So you need to be a very good communicator. You need to have the capability how you can, just you should be able to communicate very wisely, and I would say smartly. So that is the key to success in this cyber security area, I would say, in your any career that you go for. Teamwork, you should be a very good team player. You should have problem solving skills. Okay, because the world is changing every day. There's never a same problem that is coming when you will be working with your within the organization, or with your clients, outside clients. So they'll come with every day a new problem, and you should have that skills, you should have that mindset set to solve the problem. And that is what that will take you ahead as compared to others. Then analytical skills, so you should have that data analysis skills, the statistical skills, very much. And then the programming skill, that depends on the domain. So for example, if you are into a technical domain, you would need more programming skills. If you are into, say, identity and access management, or maybe in threat intelligence, but for example, if you are into risk and compliance, then you would not need these programming skills. So that depends, but these are the some of the skills I would say you need to brush up your skills. You need to enhance your soft skills when you are trying to be a part of the cyber security journey. Next question, very important. You will be thinking how I can enhance my skill, how I can, what career path I should follow. So first of all, I would say mentoring. So mentoring is going to help you a lot. I've tried mentoring, and I could personally share my experiences that it has helped me evolve into a more better professional, a cybersecurity professional. You should look for in the industries, the people who are working in cybersecurity domain. You should approach them, ask for them to be your mentor, be a mentee of those mentors. They have extensive experience, real life experience. They are working on the projects. They can share their insight. They can help you what to do, how to approach, and this is the best way to go and get move ahead in this journey. Secondly, workshop. There are cybersecurity workshops being held every other. It may be virtual, in person. So you need to register for this. You need to go attend the workshop, webinars. You attend the webinars. Then there are security blogs on the internet. There are websites like Dark Reading is one of the website. Go register yourself, subscribe to those websites, YouTube channel, security, cyber news. These are really going to, keep you ahead, keep you posted with the real information, what is going in the world, what is the recent attack that is launched today, how much it has affected, how much loss that has caused to the organization. You need to be, it will keep you updated, it will do provide you with the most recent information. Then there are learning apps also, nowadays there are more on the, internet, and on the mobile apps there are cybersecurity learning apps. Register yourself into those, learn the material. Also I can share you LinkedIn. We all are using LinkedIn. It is a very professional platform we are using to enhance our credibility. On LinkedIn, daily cybersecurity professional, they are posting their security articles. Go through those articles, try to read the article. I would say, when you if you are a graduate and you have a keen interest, I would say it won't take cost you a penny. Write your own article, establish your personal eminence. So establishing personal eminence is also, going to help you a lot in your journey while you are looking for a job, or trying to get into this cybersecurity journey. Do something, whatever. Okay. Then there are multiple hackathons are being there. There are capture the flags, which are events that are being done by a big organization. Try to join those. There are, security conferences are there. Try to join those webinars. Initially you would try to be a participant of those webinars, submit your requests for proposals, submit your articles on those, submit your papers, your research papers. So these are multiple ways how you could enhance your knowledge, your skill, and that trust me, believe me, it is going to help you in your cybersecurity journey. Now, I have in the last to last slide, I talked about there are multiple domain. You need to choose your domain. Now, the question is what those domains are. So there are actually 6 domains. One is the application security, identity and access management, cloud security, the cloud, which is a market leader, how to secure it, risk, compliance, data privacy, and threat intelligence. So these are the common domains that are available of cybersecurity. Now I am going to deep dive into each of the domain and tell you what are the roles that it can offer you, what are the skill set that you need, and what are the associated certification for each of the domain. The first domain is the risk and compliance. Risk and compliance, we know every day there's a risk are increasing, the devices we are using are increasing, data is increasing. So it aims at, what step we can take as cybersecurity professional to secure our data, to protect our private data. What skill we would need? We should have a good risk assessment capability. We should know what the threat is. We should know what are the different type of threat. What is a vulnerability? Vulnerability, then we should know what are the controls are there, what are the different type of control, like there are technical controls like firewall, intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention system. There are managerial their controls like policy and procedure in a company. Or there would be other physical controls like we are putting CCTV cameras, we are putting fences, or physical, we are using different fences, or different type of gates. So there are different types of control and we should have knowledge about those things. What then the second thing is what role. So if you are into this domain, you would be assigned a role of a data protection officer, you could be a data and privacy security consultant. And then not the initial one, once you have for example 5 years of experience, then you would be a secure risk and data privacy manager. For example, now certification, what certification will you need? So if you are trying to go into auditing, then I would say CISA is one you should aim for. If you're trying to make your career in risk management, then you should go for C-risk. If you're trying to have some experience like 1, 2 years, 3 years, then CISM. And if you are interested into privacy solutions, then CDPSC. If you are industry, looking forward to secure in a payment card solution, then CPC. So there are many certification. You need to identify which is your interest, and then you could go for the either the vendor level certification or from the top organization like ISACA and ISC Square. So these are the world recognized certificate prestigious body that are giving you the certificates. And these are believe me, they add a extra level of value to your cybersecurity journey. Next domain is IAM, which is identity and access management. So as cybersecurity professional, here your aim is to allow the required access to only authorized resource, and to avoid any unauthorized access to the system. Here, since everything happening on a network, so you need to have good technical knowledge. You should know how to troubleshoot a issue. You should have technical implementation skill. You should know about the IAM software, the system. You should have hands-on experience. Then when I talk about the role, so you would be assigned an architect role, you would be assigned an advisory consultant role, you would be assigned a manager role, but only after say 5 or 7 years of experience. What certification will help you? So CIEM, CISSP, AWS as IAM certification, Microsoft. So here I have tried to mention 3 4, but there are many more. There are a number of certification. You just need to look what suits you, what is as per your skill, what is the industry market value which has the highest importance, and then you need to go and do the same. The third domain is cloud security. So, since organizations are migrating themselves, their application to cloud, so then the security is very important, because we all know that it's the business which is driving the security and not the other way around. But still, it's in this role we need to secure the services of the cloud, the application, the data processing services in the cloud. What you should know? You should know what are the different service model, like what is infrastructure as a service, which is platform as a service, or what is software as a service, and what is virtual private cloud, what are the deployment models. There are different 4 deployment models, like what is private cloud, what is public cloud, what is community cloud, what is a hybrid cloud. You need to have all that knowledge. You need to know what is request for proposal, what is a NIST cloud computing standard, what are the different standards, what is the different IT. You need to have information technology knowledge, network knowledge. Then what role you could get? You may be deployed as an architect, an engineer, an auditor. And when I talk about certification, then AWS, the basic one would be 900. Then CLF, cloud practitioner. There is a one from Google also, Google certified professional, Google certified architect, IBM cloud advocate, IBM cloud architect. Then there's one from ISC Square, which is very famous, cloud a certified cloud security professional, and many more. So these are, this is what this is what the cloud security domain has to offer to you. The next domain is application security. We have web-based application, we have mobile-based application, but as a security professional, we need to secure those applications, the data processing of the that is there in that applications. How you can do so? You should know what is a threat. If you, for example, somebody told you you need to secure this mobile app or your web app, but if you don't know what are the threats, if you don't know, OWASP has mentioned the top 10, like SQL injection, cross-site scripting. So you should have that, all those knowledge of those attacks. You should know what is ethical hacking. You should know what is cryptography, what how data is transmitted on the internet, on the network, what is data in use, what is data in rest, what is data at motion. You should have that knowledge. Without knowledge, sorry, it would be very difficult for you. And that is the reason I'm saying you increase your knowledge, increase your skills, go for read the articles, subscribe to channels, cybersecurity channels, try to learn as much as possible. Then the question is, what role does it offer to you? You may be assigned as engineer, application security, and analyst, and with experience, a manager. What certification will you need? CEH, which is certified ethical hacker. CSSLP, which is software lifecycle certification. You may be a certified application security engineer, a security analyst. And now, last but not the least, is the threat intelligence. I told you that our threat landscape is constantly changing in this digital era. Every day you would see a new attack is being launched. Attackers are becoming more advanced. They are using new techniques. And as cybersecurity professionals, we need to prevent the external threats from entering our organization, from impacting our assets, organization asset, their infrastructure. What skill you should have? You should have good incident. You should be able to identify the incident. You should have incident response skill. So that means if an incident happened, you should know what should be the first step, who to notify, what the step to do, how to how to recover from the incident, how to and then prevent the incident, how to do the root cause analysis of the incident. So all those terms, and all that is your role. You should have those capabilities, those skills. You should have network knowledge, because all the threats are happening on a network. So you need to have very good network security knowledge. You should have good skills. What role it can offer you? You may be assigned as engineer, security analyst, or with experience, an operation center manager. Certification. So here, I mentioned about the IBM QRadar, which is, just one vendor specific certification, but, depending upon which product you're using, you are using ArcSight, QRadar, or any other, you can go for the vendor specific certification, and then you are good to go. So these are the different domains in which, we can make our career. So now, very important slide. You will ask, I have graduated from college, I'm into security role. So if you are an early professional, then these are the roles for you, which you can see on my screen. You would be deployed as a security analyst, security consultant. These are just the naming convention. They may give you a title of analyst, a consultant, an architect, an auditor, an engineer. And now the second question that would come to your mind is, I'm a security analyst or auditor, what work I need to do? That depends upon which domain you are, tagged to, assigned to. First thing, if you are, for example, assigned to, if your job area is to, work on risk and compliance, you need to do the job pertaining to that particular domain. If you are a part of cloud security, you would be doing auditing of the cloud assessment. If you are, for example, a part of risk compliance, you would be doing risk, auditing, risk assignment, risk assessment you would be doing. So if you are into data privacy, then you would be doing, for example, privacy assessments. So then it depends on your, domain, that what work you need to do. Second thing, not only the domain, the second thing, it comes about the market requirement. All the companies, why they are doing. So, they would be doing some kind of, project for their clients. So again, that what is the market need, what project they have in hand, what is the client they are working for. So accordingly, you may be assigned as a, part of that, or I would say, to fit the market needs or, market demands, your role would be accordingly. First, as per your domain, and second, the market need, the project need, and the industry needs. And that accordingly, your job's role and responsibility would be, confined and you assigned, and you need to work as per the same. Now, it's a very important slide, how to start. I'm ready. How we can, you would be into like a graduate, a college graduate, how you could start your career. First and foremost way is, internship. So, in the final year, I know in many colleges, companies are coming to, hire you as interns, to, so that they could hire you as interns. So they would take your interviews, and then, so that is one way you could get a 6 months internship, a paid internship, and then you could learn, you could, have some experience of how the corporate looks like, how the cybersecurity world is. Or the second way is, you would have some acquaintance who are working into the cybersecurity domain. Some people who are already working on this cybersecurity domain, you could reach out to them, ask them to, refer you for the open position, and you can submit your application. Or the second is, junior cybersecurity role. So, if you are a certified professional, you have done the early level security certification of your interest domain, the domain in which you have the interest. So you could, there are multiple roles that are available. Plenty of junior analyst role, consultant roles, engineer roles are available. You can fill in the application, you can apply on the portal. They, if your profile is, suitable as per their project need, their, market need, or, their job requirement, they will, your profile will be shortlisted. They will call you, they will arrange for your 2-3 round of interview, uh, and then you would be selected. And the last but not the least, campus placement. It is, I would say, this is the most easy way. It is the best way to enter into the cybersecurity domain. Company come to your campus, your college campus. They have a set of process. There's a screening process, maybe a aptitude or, a verbal ability test they will take. Then it would be followed up by technical interviews, 2-3 rounds. Like first would be like a high level interview, then second would be a granular level interview, then there would be HR round, and then if then they'll hire you, and you will be a part of the this cybersecurity journey. So this is all about the cybersecurity domain, the career, how you could mark your domain. And now I would hand over to Harit for giving a brief overview of what Quick Skill is all about, and what we are doing at Quick Skill. Over to you, Harit. And before I hand over to Harit, I would like to thanks Harit for giving me a wonderful opportunity to interact with the students and the early professionals here, and share my insights, share my experience with them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Neha, for such a elaborative session. I hope it has been very helpful and beneficial for the audience. It was really a great session about cybersecurity, which touches, a big aspect of our life, our modern life, because most of people are on internet. They use internet. They use different internet services, different social media platforms. So it's really a very important aspect of our modern life that we know, we understand that why cybersecurity is so important. And the same time, for the students and for the the people who are looking to make career in cybersecurity, they can, they really, they should have get some, hopefully they might have received some good guidance through this webinar. So the quick skills is yeah, so the quick skills, I think quick skills is conducting these regular webinars for the, for benefits of college students, especially for fourth year students who are just going to pass out, and for the early stage professionals on different important topics, and professional topics like cloud computing, data, cybersecurity. So we will continue to hold these important webinars so that people, students, and the professionals can get benefit out of this. So talking about the Quick Skills is a one-stop practice platform for cloud computing and for cybersecurity certifications. We help students and professionals to get certified in cloud computing and cybersecurity. We are also building hands-on cloud labs. Hands-on labs, basically, it is not just about watching videos or just reading content online, but doing hands-on things on real cloud consoles. Like, suppose if you want to learn the AWS cloud console, AWS cloud computing, Azure cloud computing, or Google cloud computing, so you will be able to learn those things right on their respective cloud consoles. So this is what Quick Skills is trying to build, and we are helping people get hands-on skills. And the same time, we would like to conduct such important webinars on these these trendy topics, these hot topics, which are beneficial for the professionals and for the engineering students. So that's about Quick Skills, and I would like to open now the question and answer session. So I would request everybody to just ask any question related to this webinar, or cloud computing. I mean, not cloud computing probably, because it's more about a cybersecurity, but you can ask anything about cybersecurity, because Neha has really a vast experience, deep experience in this field, and many of you might be interested in making career in cybersecurity. So I request everybody to just shoot their question, and we are here to answer. Neha will be here. So please ask your questions. I hope we get a lot of questions from the audience. You can ask. So just a quick questions to Neha. Like, is somebody who has just started off in industry, like, I mean, somebody who has joined a organization, technology company or IT company, and he is just, you may be 1 year or so experience, but he wants to change the career in cybersecurity, and suppose he or she in the software development, front end, or back end development. So what advice you would like to give somebody who is looking to change career on midway?
Sure, thanks for the question. So here I would like to say that transitioning your career into cybersecurity is not difficult. So
Mhm,
you if you, first of all you need to choose which cybersecurity horizontal or vertical you need to go. Then you can just try some entry level certificates, and then you can what I suggest if you are already working, you can do some stretch assignments in your current company, and then you are good to transition your career into.
mhm. Fine, fine. So yeah. So Deepak Singh has asked like how to start from basics. Like I mean, suppose somebody doesn't know anything, how to start that?
Okay. Okay. So as I told you, if you need to start from the basic, you need to, first of all, choose which area of the cybersecurity domain you find promising, which is of your interest, and then you need to, subscribe to security channels, the cyber news, and you need to cybersecurity articles. You need to, look for the people in, LinkedIn of those that particular domain. You need to follow them. You need to read their articles, cybersecurity. You need to, go through the security blog, and then you need to
Mhm.
do some entry level certifications, and then you are good to go.
Okay. So
Then I could
Vaishnav,
see another question:
yeah, Vaishnav,
what are the
Vaishnav's,
courses available?
yeah. What are the courses available? So
Okay,
uh,
so
I
that
think it is
depends.
a very
So if you are
open-ended
doing, if
question. Yeah, it is an open-ended question,
okay,
but I think we
so
can take it from the basic, beginner's point of view. Yeah.
sure, sure. If you are, into you're done just UG or BTech, or if so you can do either go for a MTech in information security, you can do MBA in information security, or nowadays recently IIT and IIMs, they are conducting 6 months of diploma courses in cybersecurity. You can enroll into them. You can get certified of those small duration, and those are of highly endorsed courses, and you are good to go. So those are very good courses, I would say.
Okay. So I have another question, Neha, that many of our audience might also be having in their mind that does one has to have really good coding skills, good programming skills to get into cybersecurity?
No, the answer is no here. If you are into a risk domain, into compliance domain, then nobody is asking you for the your programming skills. So again, it depends upon which domain you are trying to go for. If you are into threat intelligence, then I would say yes, you may need the good programming skill. But if you want to make your career into cloud security, or if you want to make into the risk compliance and privacy, then no, in these domains you won't need. And again, the second the answer is upon the project. So even in this domain, if your project in cloud security, what work are you doing? It may, if it is involving some machine learning, or machine
Mhm.
learning with security collaboration, then you may need a programming skill. If not, then yeah, no, it may not require those skills.
Okay. So two questions
But if you say
have
that
come up.
good programming skills, then no.
Right. So two questions have come up, but I think I will take the last one first, then I will take the Rajas. So Deepak is asking again, like if one is not good at maths, then what domain we should choose? This is, I think, interesting question.
No, okay. So yeah, very interesting question. In fact, if you're not good at maths, it's not that you can't get into cybersecurity. I would say you can go into cybersecurity, but the domain I would say suggest you here is risk compliance and privacy. But because there your mathematical skills are not counted much, but your analytic skills and your communication skill, your soft skills, and the assessments, the audit. So there you don't need any kind of maths. There are some industry defined controls, ISO 27001 implementation if you are doing. So there are, you just need to have the knowledge about what it says. You need to review the evidence. You don't need any those skills. So if you are not good at maths or so I'll suggest risk, privacy, compliance, audit, cloud. So these domains you can definitely target.
Okay. So M Raja is asking like CEH certification is good for fresher. CEH certification.
Yeah, I would say even again, this is a very good question, and it reminds me back of my days. This is the first certification I did, when I entered into the cybersecurity world, CEH.
Okay.
Definitely, this is a very good, yeah. It gives you overview of, what are the different type of threat, what is
Mhm.
phishing, what is social engineering, what are, what is DNS attack, and, what is network attack possible, what are the network tools that you can use. It will also give you hand-on experience how to use Linux can be used, how Kali Linux can be used to launch attack, and it is a very good certification for fresher. And I would recommend this as a must for everyone who want to take their cybersecurity journey, or into any of the domain, because it will give you knowledge.
Mhm. You are on mute. Neha, you are on mute. Neha, you are on mute. Neha, you are on mute. Yeah, you are on mute. Yeah, it's fine now.
Okay, okay, is it
Yeah,
good? So are
yeah,
you able to
yeah. So I think, guys, please ask questions if you have any doubt or anything which you want Neha to clarify. I think because this is really very important session today. Cybersecurity is really very buzzing word, and it's a very important field for today's world. And because it's growing, so our purpose is basically to explain you guys that how you can benefit from this, the immense opportunity which cybersecurity world opens up for you. That is our purpose. So because see, most things are going on digital, most things are going online, we all know. I mean, I don't need to explain, or nobody need to explain that, right? So as more things go online, the more vulnerability increases, right? The more vulnerability of data stolen, attacks, or different kind of cyber threats. So to counter that threat, and to secure your data from such bad guys, you need more people. So that's why there is a huge demand for cybersecurity professional. In fact, cybersecurity is one of the field where there is a huge gap between demand and the talent. So that's why you please ask the question how you can learn, how you can get into industry, or what are the things. So please ask, please just shoot your questions. We are here to answer. Okay, so I think you already explained, Neha, in your webinar that, but like when we think of a security engineer, cyber security engineer, so cyber security engineer and security analyst. So what is the major difference between them? Even though you might have explained it, but I'm just want to ask because it's a very common questions people ask usually. Cyber security engineer and cyber security analyst.
sorry, Harit, if you can reiterate the question. I missed it.
Yeah, okay, I will. But I think we have a new question from M. Raja. How to find a good mentor?
Okay, okay. So you would see. So I would say the online accounts, the professional accounts. LinkedIn is a medium to find a good mentor. There,
Okay.
first you need to find out which area, yeah, which area you are suitable, and then you could, in the search bar, you could look the expert in that. You could use a keyword. For example, if you
Mhm.
want a mentor of risk compliance, you can use risk leader, risk professional, and then accordingly you'll see a multiple profile. You could see the experience, and then you could find your mentor. You can reach out
Fine.
to people, because some may be ready to be a mentor, some may not be, due to their work schedule, their they may not have the time. So it's not easy. You need to approach many people at a go, and then see who is readily available to guide you to be your mentor. And then as soon as you find your good mentor, I'll say that's very great, and you are good to go for your learning journey.
Okay, fine. 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 So uh, if there are no more questions, I think then we can wrap up. But let's wait for a minute or so. So if you guys have any questions, please ask. I mean, this is really very important webinar. Sorry, this is really very important session. And because there is a lot of buzz around cybersecurity, right? I mean, and it seems like, yeah. So we have a new question. Okay, so Shahrukh Khan is asking, what will be my first step towards cybersecurity?
Sorry,
What
what should be
Shahrukh
my
is
first
asking,
step?
what will be my first step towards cybersecurity?
Okay, so if you are in the college, your first step would be, first to choose, as I already mentioned, you need to choose your domain. You need to, whether you want to, which domain you want to opt for. And then accordingly, you need to, as I already explained, read the articles and, and do the entry level certification,
Mhm.
because that certification is going to help you in that career. And alternatively, while you'd be preparing for the certification, you need to join, subscribe yourself to the cybersecurity channel, the website, learning app. And then you need to enhance your skill. So enhancing your skill and knowledge, so that should be your first step as part of your career in cybersecurity.
Okay, great. So yeah, I think with that we can wrap up this webinar. If anybody has any questions, we can still answer. Okay, so I think so. Thank you, Neha. Thank you, Neha, for giving such a great webinar on such an important topic and explaining the different aspects of the cybersecurity world related to I mean, what it is, how it affects our society and individual and the businesses, and what are the opportunities it offers. So at the same time, thank you, audience, for joining us on Saturday afternoon. And I hope you benefited from this webinar. And Quick Skills will continue to bring such important and career-oriented webinar on regular basis, at least once in a 15 days. So thank you very much, guys. Okay, Harshita, please you
Yeah, so
can just
before we
okay.
wrap the session, I'll just like to thanks to Harit for providing me this opportunity, quick skills. And I would like to thanks the audience for being so active and so enthusiastic listeners. So really I appreciate all of your efforts today, this afternoon. Thank you everyone. And I
Thank you,
really
everybody.
apologize for the background noise due to the construction. I really apologize. Have a great day,
Thank
great
you.
evening. Enjoy your weekend with your friends and family.
Thank you. Have a
Bye.
great day. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Bye.